Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy last Thursday of 2023 from Step. It's been quite a year, hasn't it? And it really feels like one of these videos are the wrap up of everything that we have experienced. And it's been a hell of a year, hasn't it? It's been really, really fast paced. There's been a lot of changes. And when I sat down yesterday to do some journaling of, what is keeping you stuck, what is keeping you stagnant, what are you letting go of as you move into 2024, I literally just sat there and went, I'm not really sure what else can I let go of this year. It's, for me, it's been about huge personal change, really letting go, sinking back and trusting the path. And that's me letting go of the really big things that define us. So the people, the places, the activities, they're no longer doing things that don't feel aligned, the enforced slowing down as well. It's been a ride for all of us in the collective and personally, and it's a really good time to just sit and reflect. Sit and think about that person you were in January 2023 and how has that person changed? How have you shifted? What is new for you? What have you truly let go of? Who are you becoming in 2024? And when I was tuning into the energy, it's just started raining, that's really annoying. Just tuning into the energy of what I wanted to say and what 2024 is going to bring us. There was a huge long bullet point list this morning of things that are going to happen for us. It's not prophesying, it's not kind of predictions, it's just things that are going to really help us, guide us through. We've created this firm foundation in 2023, haven't we? We've purged a lot on so many different levels, and that just seems for me to be a continuing theme into 2024. So lots of bullet points written down this morning, but the first thing again is to mention the weather. Here in the UK, the weather has been unseasonably quite unpleasant as well, and it's all about the wind, going back to the wind, going back to the rain once again, and the messages that they bring in for us. And what they were really saying now is that nothing has been left untouched. All the layers, the grot and the debris are being blown off, being washed away. There's glimmers of light everywhere, but with all that grime being washed away, that everything is exposed that needs to be exposed at this moment in time, and everything is there, and it's now a sole choice whether you are choosing to see it or choosing not to see it. And the key message for us as light workers, light warriors, call us what you want to do, new earth leaders, is to stop pointing it out. Just stop pointing it out and just start sharing your message. Start sharing all these beautiful downloads that we're getting, sharing these messages of love, of hope, of new earth, and to stop going down rabbit holes, to stop trying to expose things for people, stop trying to have conversations where you are standing up for what you believe in, but you're really trying to persuade somebody else to take your viewpoint, where you are bombarding people with emails, with facts. That just kind of stops now, and as we go into 2024, that stops. We know what's going on. We're really aware of what's going on. It's exposed, it's out there, but it's now got to be this sole choice of whether people choose to see it or whether they don't see it. Some people will see it, some people won't see it, and you can still have those conversations where you're maybe talking about it with friends, but actually, does it need any more energy? If we want something to truly die, something to truly shrivel, we've got to stop feeding it, and it's fed from our energy. So here's my challenge as you go into 2024. What can you leave at the door? What can you leave at the door that is no longer serving you? What can you leave behind, that kind of persuasions, that kind of constantly looking for all the facts? Do it for yourself maybe, but this constant sharing with other people. Leave it now. Leave it, let it be their choice whether they see it or not see it. There's nothing more that we can do, because actually we need to move forward. We need to be on that trajectory going up, and next year's trajectory is really fast paced. It's going up that hill really, really rapidly once again. That's where we're going, and we don't want to be slowed down by our constant need to be right, constant need to have others to think the way they do, think that the way that we think, to take the facts that we say as gospel. Always have a little bit of healthy skepticism, shall we say, with some of the stuff coming out at the moment. So can you leave all that? Can you leave the persuasion of others at the door as we enter this new calendar year? And can you weave into your life that desire and the passion to speak your truth, to speak love, to speak hope, to speak of new earth? So we're in this season between Christmas, between solstice and Imbolc, which is deeply prophetic. We get lots of dreams this time of year, and it really is the time of the Star Mother. So what are you going to ask her to weave into your life in 2024? Are you going to ask her to weave in those threads of you speaking your truth, of sharing those messages? Or are you going to weave in that persuasion of others to become awakened? Big thing to think about, lots, because it's been such a big part of our lives for so long as well. And one analogy that they gave us for 2024 was if we were making jam and 2023 was getting us to the boiling point, 2024 is when you do the fast boil to make the jam set. So it feels like a really, really fast-paced energy coming through. Some of the other things that they were saying to me this morning is that preparation of your physical body once again to be able to receive deeper, much more powerful upgrades. The fact that we need to be mentally strong, but we also need to be physically strong at the moment in whatever shape and form that takes for you. But being physically strong means that we are deeply supporting our energetic body and our nervous system as well, keeping those endorphins going, we're keeping hydrated, we're allowing ourselves to transform, but transform with grace and ease. So a real need to have a strong body. And what they were saying to me as well is that for many of us will mean changing patterns, changing behaviors, removing more and more toxins as well from ourselves. And I can feel that coming in more and more with my diet, which I've been resisting for quite a long time, and the nudge has now become a kick on the backside, shall we say, and this real need to bring nature back into our diet. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever as the wind blows the camera, whatever those toxins are, start to remove them. Whether I can truly remove coffee or not is another matter. I have done it before in the past, but it's slowly crept back in. So slowing down as well, so making sure that we are just taking this time over the next week or two as this new year comes in, just to slow down, just to rest. Because what they were saying is slowing down and making sure that your energy is in a great place, so that when 2024 arrives, particularly when Pluto goes into Aquarius and all the planets go direct or off, this is a brief respite before we shoot off on that trajectory once again. Other things that they were talking to me about this for next year as well is keeping crystals in your water, the importance of staying hydrated. That for me translated into keeping a little piece of clear quartz in my glass when I'm drinking my water every day, but really thinking about what water you are drinking as well. So for many of us, we do drink a lot of filtered water. We might have contraptions in our kitchen to filter our water, and just be mindful that water carries messages. So when we are drinking the water, we want to have it quite pure. We want to make sure that the messages are messages of love, of hope, of healing, and not messages that are what's the word I'm looking for? Not messages that are distracting our body, creating dis-ease within our body, creating dysfunction within our body, old codes, old traumas coming through the water as well. So what they were saying, here we go, other waters will carry messages that interrupt your natural systems. So really thinking about what you drink, how you're going to drink it as well. And other things that they were just mentioning this morning is that being in person is going to be so important. Creating that beautiful connection of community. We've got really strong online communities, but those opportunities to come together to create really powerful vortexes, powerful portals, which will really shift and change our energy, is going to be really, really important. And for me, that's meeting on quarter days and cross quarter days. So that would be solstices and equinox, Imbolc, Beltane, Lammas and Samhain, or Halloween, as however you want to support it. So making sure that we're together with people physically, if we can be in a place of peace and stillness. Other things that there were two other things I mentioned before I get blown away completely is just watching for the shadow of tech as well. Most of us have a very unhappy relationship with our phones. We don't necessarily want to be on them, but sometimes we need to be on them. And what they were saying is very much slowing down our communication. If you're messaging someone, don't expect an instantaneous reply. And if you're receiving a message, don't be expected to send an instantaneous reply. Sending those thoughts out to that person of, I've seen your message, thank you so much, I'll reply when the time is right and I'm sending you love. It's creating that telepathic connection as well seems to be super, super important, and something that will come through as we move much, much further into the future. But start practicing, start sending those telepathic communications, just anchoring out your thoughts. That's how I do it. Is I'm thinking of someone, I'm sending them love, I'm sending them thoughts, and I'll reply to your message when it's right for you. So just moving away from tech as well, it really is coming down now the rain. Final two as well, 3, deeper galactic communication. So deeper understanding, feeling deeper, a lot more downloads coming through. It's activation of additional galactic ambassadors, galactic counselors. Those who have been activated as the way showers are already now activated. We know the work that we've got to come here and do, and we've got a bit of grace until summer solstice to really feel into these roles, to step into these roles, and then that's where we start to speak and that's where we start to gather. It's a small group of people that I'm being shown, but we really are the way showers. We are going to be the ones who are really moving through and bringing through a lot more galactic messages as well. So there'll be a lot of people channeling light language, they're saying to me as well, and just making sure that you're keeping your energy clean and clear all the time. And the final one as well was that while the galactic information is coming through for us all, there'll be lots more light language, but also the dragons will continue their purification as well. So lots of dragon energy coming through at the moment, lots of dragon energy in 2024. But for me, the most exciting part is really finding our star families, finding that deeper galactic connection, really watching the skies and seeing what is going on, feeling for those energies and seeing how the movements of the stars, the movements of the planets will really shift and take us into what is going to be quite an interesting year, shall we say. So I am sending you so much love. It is quite heavy rain now, so I'm going to go inside. I hope you have a brilliant new year. I hope you are still resting. Make sure you're staying hydrated and make sure you're really getting rid of all the physical, mental, energetic, emotional baggage before we go into 2024, because it's not going to serve us. So as a raindrop rolls down my nose, so much love. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.